Hey everyone, I got a really special guest here. I'm first going to tell you this dude was a catcher for his daughter for some years. From she probably started pitching at what, 6 years old or something crazy.
Like 10, about 10.
And okay, we'll give it 10, but probably earlier than that. But here he was a catcher, and we're talking about a lot of softball people watch what we do here. So this is what a catcher looks like. How many 30 years later, something like that?
Right, right.
Yeah, something like that. So anyhow, that being said, introduce yourself a little bit and give us a little bit of your background. We're going to talk about this crazy stuff going on and how it's affecting you guys and your community and so forth.
Yeah.
But so take the lead there.
All right. Thanks, Kurt. My name is Chuck Knerem. And just to kind of pick up on what Kurt was saying, if you're listening and you're part of the softball world, you may know my daughter is Knerem. She was a two-time All-American pitcher at Ashland University, and now is in her third year as head coach there. So I'll just give a shout out to Purple. Go Perp. Anyway, I'm currently the senior pastor at First Lutheran Church in Strongsville, Ohio. I've been here for 28 years, been blessed in a lot of different ways, seen a lot of different changes. Also blessed to have a great staff here. We're working together pretty hard right now to kind of retool our ministry a little bit, given the circumstances, so that we can continue to provide ongoing care and ministry to our people. Kurt, what else would you like to know?
Yeah, what are you guys doing right now with how has this affected? Let's go to your personal stuff. How does this COVID virus stuff affect you personally, your family, and even Emlyn right now?
Yeah. Well, it's first of all, we have 3 adult children, all who don't. Well, they're all in Ohio, but they don't live necessarily near us. Emlyn is the closest one, but. So we've been checking in on them, obviously, because, and we have 2 teachers in our family. My wife is an elementary school teacher in Highland, and my oldest son, David, is a high school teacher in inner city Columbus. And so we've been checking on our kids pretty frequently, just to make sure that they're healthy, not only physically, but also emotionally, so that they don't get too isolated in a time like this. For me, I've just been really just swamped at church, trying to make sure that we're taking care of our people, reaching out to them. Like I said before, just kind of retooling some ministry, the way that we provide our worship services, the way that we're reaching out to people and staying connected. So, in terms of personal, I'm trying not to get too overwhelmed with the amount of information that's coming down the pipeline, because it can be pretty scary. It seems like we're living in an alternative universe sometimes. It's surreal. I've made sure that I kind of made time to stay in the Word, to stay in prayer, take care of myself physically and emotionally. I'm a cyclist, an avid cyclist, and so managed to get out on my bike a few times this past week, just to get some fresh air, clear my head, take care of my body.
One thing that maybe some of our listeners are going to want to know is, what exactly size Harley do you ride?
No, not wrong kind of bike there.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
wrong kind of bike. Yeah. The 2-wheeled pedal type bike. I'm an avid road cyclist, so I've got a couple of really nice bikes that keep me fit.
Now, I've got the Peloton, and every real road guy looks at that and says, "You're not a biker." I'm a Peloton guy, but they get on me for riding a Peloton. So
yeah, well, they shouldn't. I mean, I'm in spin classes all through the winter to keep myself fit. So, but now that the rec center and the gyms are closed down, I'm even out there when it's a little bit too cold. But I have to keep going. My body starts to rebel.
So tell me this: well, you got to get your hair grown back. That's one thing that'll keep you a little warmer.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, so what advice would you give us folks out here? Give the softball world some advice on what we should be doing, and how do we manage through these next few weeks?
That's a great question. If I had any kind of words of advice to the softball world, I'd kind of model that, I think, after what my daughter was doing. We were in Florida last week, and when the season was suspended, and she had to deliver that news to her team. And it was tough for me to watch that, you know, but I was glad I was down there to support her. And so here's the first thing I would say, that it's a time to reach out and support one another. A lot of people in the softball world have nothing to do right now, right? This would have been the busiest time of the year in the softball world for, you know, high school ball, college ball, some travel ball as well. And so we have players and coaches who are disappointed, who are hurting. You know, we have senior classes who are devastated because they're not going to finish their careers the way that they wanted to. We have coaches who had high hopes and aspirations for the season, looking forward to watching their players develop and gel and become a cohesive unit. And now that opportunity has changed. And so you're not alone. I guess that's one message I would send, you know.
Yeah, kind of reach out to each other, team-wise, coaches.
Absolutely. Find ways to reach out to one another, to support one another, so that you don't forget that you're not alone. There are a lot of people going through the same kinds of emotions, the emotional range, feelings that you're going through.
Super good advice. Tell me, I will share, I'm going to back up a little bit. Your daughter is a coach and a former All-American a couple of times, pretty dang good player. And I know this was the year she was going to win the NCAAs, I think, right?
I think that's always the goal going into the season.
Oh, no, I think it was going to happen.
You know, this was, I think if you talk to her, she'd tell you it was a rebuilding year. She had a great, really strong freshman class coming in, and it was just, I think she was looking forward to seeing how far this team could go, and how much building could actually take place.
Well, I just think we need to spin this completely, that this team was, you know, even though they were young, they were going to take it all. They were going to go to the finals of the NCAAs. We could spin it that way, I think.
We could.
I think we got to do that. Let's just keep them on a high right now.
So. All right, let's do that.
So anyhow, one of your words of advice. This is good advice there, I think, to reach out to people and see what they need, maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's really funny. Our Vice President Pence the other day, he said that I think we ought to spend a little bit more time on our knees than on the internet, which was an amazing call from someone that's a really, really a major league leader in our country. So.
Right.
That was an interesting suggestion.
Yeah, good advice. Yeah, great advice.
Well, dude, I'm going to let you go because I know I think it's about 2:30 now, and I think you said at 2:30 you go on your nap. Wasn't that right?
Well, it's usually a little bit later than that, but you're on the right track.
I'm just messing with you, but I'm going to shoot this back to you, and thank you much, Chuck, for sharing some time, and love your daughter, by the way. She's a sweet gal. I know she's probably the favorite of the three, but we won't let anyone know that.
No, I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah, we won't. Yeah, you may not go there, but you told me earlier that she is your absolute favorite. So the other two.
I'll go this far. She's my favorite daughter.
That's what I was going to say. All right. Hey, thank you so much. Have a good rest of the day, and I'll shoot this back over to you, and we'll go from there. Thanks again.
Thanks, Kurt. Thanks for reaching out. You take care.
Bye.